Welcome back and thanks for watching. Bless you. This is genuinely a true sign of friendship, the fact that you're even entertaining this stupid idea I have. I did talk to quite a few of you about this. I'm obviously not a good baker. In fact, this apron's kind of ironic, and I know you're all actually really decent cooks, so thank you again for thanks for entertaining this. Anyway, so today's attempt to get out of quarantine boredom are the Montezuma's chocolate brownies. I can't afford Montezuma's chocolate, so I've basically just rummaged around in my cupboards and tried to get the things that you need. If you don't have these sort of things in the cupboard, feel free to wing it, put whatever you do have in. But if you are about to cook along, you will need butter or marge, sugar. I'm going to use a bit of dark brown and caster. If you've only got one, just use one. As long as it's sweet and it's not salt, I don't think it matters. Eggs, not one, but two. The actual recipe calls for 4, but that's for, again, quite a lot of brownies, and because it's just John and I, and we'll eat these pretty quickly, I imagine, I've basically halved everything. So if you want to do the full recipe, just double everything. Obviously, that's how maths work. Chocolate, cheap stuff, even cheaper stuff. I'm going to melt down the dark chocolate as a base, and I'm going to put chunks of white in. Do whatever you like. If you've just got milk, if you've just got dark, if you have some fruit or nuts you want to put in as chunks instead, that's also fine. This isn't in the recipe, but I'm going to add orange. Again, these are easy peelers, they're not even oranges, but I'm going to try and zest them and put a bit of the juice in. The original recipe calls for vanilla extract, so if you've got that, I think that would be really nice with the chocolate. It lightens it a little bit. But as I don't, and I wanted something liquidy and slightly fragrant, I thought I'd make use of my slightly gone offy oranges. I forgot flour, plain flour, and I think that's all they need. I think the eggs will probably do the rising bit of it. But yeah, I'll get started. So I'm just going to put the hob. Oh, there it's on. Put the hob on to melt some of the chocolate and the butter together. Just going to grab some water. Bit steamy. It's probably good for the skin. None of my bowls fit sensibly, so if you've never done this sort of thing before, although I'm sure most of you have, basically put a bit of water in the bottom of a pan and then put a like a Pyrex bowl or a heat-proof bowl inside. That's where your ingredients go, and the water slowly heats it around it. I'm going to turn this down before it starts to bubble over. Okay, margarine or your butter, 67 grams. I got told off for not following the recipe before as diligently as I should. So this is actually 67.5 grams for those that care, but essentially around about that should be fine. Your dark chocolate, I've already had a go at this one, but this is about 130 grams of chocolate that you want to put in, and basically just melt it down with the butter. Mix. The residual heat is turning this into a wonderful molten delight. So you basically just keep mixing it until there are no more lumps. Ta-da! So glossy. So the chocolate and butter mixture is cooling over there. I don't want it to be red hot, otherwise it will curdle the mixture when it gets added later. So the next bit is to put the sugar and the eggs together, and you beat it. If you have an electric whisk, definitely use that. I do not, so I'm going to try and alleviate my bingo wings and give it a bit of a bash. Yeah, so first sugar, as I said, I'm going to use 2 types. 40 grams of this, light or dark or any form of non-caster sugar you might have. A bit too much. Normal caster sugar, 130 grams, so that is, why am I rubbish at maths? 170 grams of sugar in total. So yeah, if you're using one kind of sugar, just put 170 in. If you're splitting it, do the darker, more caramelizey flavour, less than. So as I said, I put 40 grams of the muscovado in, and then add another 130 for it to there we go. And then eggs. Oh, saved it. And give it a beat. This will take a while, so I'll spare you. This is the bit where you put the air into the mix. So by beating it really well and whisking up the eggs, essentially that's where you do the job of some of the rising agents. Or raising agents, jury's out. Let me know what it is. I'm swapping out tools. You all know how much I hate exercise, so I'm going to stop. But should look quite fluffy, I suppose, a very light mixture. And a good tip is if you pick up whatever implement you're using and you just drip some of the mixture back on itself, it should hold before it then sort of melts back into the mixture. So it's got a little bit of form to it. So next bit, before you add the flour, you want to put in your flavouring. So if you've got vanilla extract, that's amazing, put a teaspoon of that in. If, like me, you're going to go down the orangey route, grab your oranges and zest them. And as I said, these are easy peelers, so God knows how this is going to turn out. Ta-da! And I can confirm it smells like orange. I'm going to put a bit of juice in as well. You want to be careful when you put citrus juice in a cake mixture, because sometimes the zestiness can curdle the egg and the dairy. So I'm going to leave this and put this on one side till after I've put the flour in the mixture. But the zest can go in. And now I'm going to put the flour in as well. So I'm putting 80 grams of flour in, and that's plain flour. I don't really know what would happen if you just had self-raising. I certainly don't think it would be a disgusting thing for the brownie, so maybe just give it a go. I don't sieve. I should. I will. I'll sieve. Okay, we're then folding in the egg and sugar mixture with the flour and the zest, and then we will reintroduce the chocolate mixture. There we go. There's the cake mixture. Pre-chocolate. I'm going to put the orange juice into the chocolate mix and then put it all together. So this is the chocolate mix from earlier. It's cooled down quite a lot, which is good. That's what we want. Obviously it hasn't set because of the butter content. That prevents it from firming, which is good. If you're ever making truffles, you just melt chocolate and add a dairy ingredient, which is how you get a crumbly truffle centre. Anyway, I'm going to add the orange juice. Just a little bit of it, I think. That'll do. And thank God it hasn't separated. And now we combine. Okay, I'm going to need both hands for this because the bowl is just going crazy. It's transformed into a wonderful chocolatey mess. Chocolate. Nice sexy little square, and if I've got any left over I will put it in here. This mixture will probably be fine if you want to do mini muffins as well, but the whole point of a brownie is that it will go really crispy on the top and still quite gooey on the inside, so try not to do too thicker cakes, because if you do that then you won't get the optimum brownie experience. Getting rid of the excess. It's quite faffy and annoying. If you wanted to make this vegan friendly, I suppose you could substitute. You probably have to substitute quite a lot, so I maybe suggest looking up a different recipe. There it is in all its glory, ready to go into the oven. Again, I've set it quite high. I think I've just put it on top whack, getting it nice and hot. Once I've put it in, I'll drop the temperature down. See you later. Okay, so that has gone in 180 degrees for about 20 minutes. I'll probably check it after 15 because it's a smaller tin, and I don't want a burnt brownie. There we go. That looks about right. What you're looking for is a crack top and a slight squidge, which that has. Ouch. Just don't burn yourself. Another telling sign is when you put your knife in, it needs to come out not completely clean. So, whereas another cake, you would probably put it back in the oven if it had any mixture on it. This one has got the right amount of goo. So I'm going to leave that to cool and then I'm going to eat it.